We left off with a little bit of back and forth between the nicely dressed clergyman, the impressively dressed clergyman, and the audience, where everyone was getting very concerned and worried. Somebody screamed and fainted, but he insisted that Justinius Kilgore, the interim advisor, would be a fine leader for them now that the emperor has passed, and that he had prepared for this eventuality. So the muttering amongst the crowd continues, but at a low volume. The clergyman raises his hands again and says, "Thank you all for coming today. Now, I ask that you go forward and carry the Emperor's grace in your hearts as you continue about your day, knowing that he watches us from above." And he does this hand symbol again. And everybody does it back. Yeah, so during this, as he's talking, let's check in with everybody. Philomela, how are you feeling? You had this big moment where you sang this incredible note that broke your voice. And this man is currently drawing all the attention. So what are you doing in this moment?
I think she stays on stage because that's proper for somebody who just sang a lament for the emperor. But I think there is a bit of inner tension in her. She's sort of trying to figure out what happened, and she can't exactly point to what's happening, but she's doing her best to look professional and poise and regal as much as she can in that moment.
Give me a quick perception check.
Perception.
Here we go.
$13.
I'd say this is pretty obvious, and well, maybe not obvious to everyone, but to you, you have lived with this man for a long time, you feel eyes on you, and you shoot just the tiniest side glance, and you see Frederick looking at you very intensely.
She meets his eyes for a second. She is doing her best not to look as tense as she feels inside. She gives like a small nod, and she keeps sort of like her head down in respect of this mournful moment.
All right. Cecil, how about you? What's your immediate reaction to this news, this reaction of the crowd, all of that?
Oh, I didn't know the guy. So, I don't really have any strong opinions about it, but everybody else seems upset. However, I did just see myself across the crowd, and when I went to kind of go and look, my current patron has held me in place. So I'm currently scanning the opposite crowd, looking for my own face.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
But I am otherwise seem to be dissociated, which I guess matches some of the other things here. Investigate. I'm actually almost good at that. Not today, though. 7.
Yeah, you can't. You look and you are scouring the crowd across the way, and in the sea of faces, you see no one that you recognize. I think I actually have Rasmus's mini now. Where is he? There he is. Yeah. Lock him low. We'll put him in here.
So,
yeah, so
while I
you
do
don't
look distressed,
recognize.
it's not for reasons I'm supposed to, based on what I'm learning from people around me.
And Idris kind of catches this look on your face and reaches over and pats your arm. I understand, my boy. Without the Emperor, what are we? But if he truly believed that Justinius is the best call, then I think we'll be all right. He looks quite nervous. His dark skin has gone sort of an ashen color. He's sweating quite a bit. He raises his handkerchief and dabs at his head, and looks quite unsettled. All right, Rasmus, Remy. What is your particular? What are you up feeling in this moment? What's going on?
So, over the course of this performance, there have been some revelations. The ending of it, not quite the most important one to me. So, I am trying to look unruffled. I'm trying to look put together for anyone that might be looking for the church for support or anything of that kind. But I am, like, on the inside, I am hammering away at that vision I had earlier, trying to make sense of it.
Gotcha. And you do catch. What's your passive perception?
It's not great. 14.
Yeah. So you feel some eyes on you, but it doesn't impact your internal thinking, whatever the word
Okay.
is. Reverie. That's the word I was looking for. At the declaration, Rasmus again didn't. He had gone back into the like weird state where he just sort of stares straight ahead. Didn't impact him in the slightest. He's just still sitting there.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I don't even think he really notices that you are fully absorbed in your own mind. He also seems absorbed in his own mind.
I do have to ask, if taking a quick look at the crowds around us, does everything look okay? Are people like, this is momentous? Does it look like we're about to be like swarmed towards this area? Does it look like things are getting rowdy?
So the interesting thing about the empire and the cities in particular, and this is something that you know because of who your, I wouldn't say father, but who raised you, his particular view of the world, has informed sort of. Basically, he said to you at one point that the people in the walled cities are sheep, and that those with power are the sheepdogs. And you get that sort of sensation here where there's a brief moment, like when that lady screams, and there's a rise of tension, and you feel it in the air of people starting to panic. But then as the clergyman starts speaking again, he's calm, he's not overexcited. People kind of, put the lid on it and have this moment of like, oh, okay, well, if he says it's going to be okay, then it'll be okay.
Gotcha.
But there is a little bit of simmering tension and fear.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Eshun, what is your particular reaction to this news? You just stole something from a rich fat guy.
So I would say Shun is so shocked that he nearly drops his coin purse that he just stole. He fumbles it a little bit because he always suspected that the immortal emperor was not so immortal as they said. But now that he's actually dead, I guess he's starting to wonder what that means for the larger ramifications. I suppose politically, socioeconomically, merchantly, but he doesn't really know Justinius, but he feels like neutral to positive, perhaps, about him. Although he thinks that the sort of, I know that Justinius is not going to be the next emperor, but the title thing is kind of bullshit because obviously the immortal emperor was not immortal, so just how much power can Justinius actually have?
Yeah. So I think you have this moment of not doubt necessarily, but what's the word I'm looking for? Introspection into the way where you have always lived, how it's run, how just this really deeply thought, shit, what is this going to mean? How are things going to change? Yeah. And I think in that moment, the man in front of you stands up and reaches behind him as if feeling for a bag or his pouch. And he starts to, you hear him go, oh, and he like is reaching around trying to find his coin purse.
Um. Okay. I will take probably, I don't know, let's say 1/4 of what's in the coin purse, and then be like, "Oh, you dropped this," and just give it
Smart.
back to him,
And he looks
and get
around.
the
Oh,
fuck out of there.
thank you so much. And he kind of puts it on his belt as you start to escape. Yeah. Okay, great. Grumm, where are you? There you are, my friend. You are looking over this amphitheater full of people. Ding. Um, the beautiful songbird has finished her song and is now waiting as this small man in fancy clothes talks about stuff. What are you up to? What's going through your head right now? Everybody around you seems pretty shocked and nervous. How's that affecting Grumm?
So Grumm is gonna be on the lookout for any suspicious movements. He knows that, when he can feel the energy, everybody's like freaking out. Like sometimes people will take advantage of that.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what the word immortal means, but he's heard who the Emperor is. Like he's like the big cheese. But what he thinks is there's now an empty throne.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, so that the emperor has died, leaving the the ruling seat empty.
And he sort of pictures himself in it, just in a funny way.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, what is it? What does Emperor Grumm look like?
He looks like, I don't even know. Like he's got the nice clothes.
Yeah.
Clothes. Maybe they're like gold.
Ooh,
he has a hat. It's a fancy hat. And he's just sort of like.
I love that. Yeah, so you're having this moment of maybe I could sit in that big chair. And while this is happening, the clergyman, the impressive clergyman, again looks around and says, "Now I must dismiss you all to return to your homes. This is going to be, today has been marked as a solemn day of mourning. As such, I ask that there is no merchants working, that everyone return to their homes and spend the day in retrospection." And there's quite a bit of mumbling again. And then, sorry, there's a hair that is like caught under my mask that's tickling my lips. Yeah. Anyway, so he dismisses the crowd, essentially. The performers all gather up themselves and start to head up. And Frederick gets up from his seat immediately as soon as the clergyman starts to walk off stage. Frederick immediately rushes over to you, Philomela, and takes your arm. It's not a painful grip, but it is a tight grip. And he says, "We need to get backstage now."
She follows. She doesn't question it.
Yeah, so off you two go. Boop, boop, boop. And we are going to follow Frederick and... Come on, everybody get in there. Frederick and Philomela backstage to get in here. Back. Do you guys return to the dressing room? Of course you do. That's my... Frederick is leading you, sorry. You're like, what are you talking about? Of course. Okay, Siltooth is here, but he's hiding in the curtains. Just pretend. And where did those mirrors go? There they are. All right, so the two of you return to the dressing room. Frederick holding your arm and basically pulling you along. Now, he pulls you in here and takes and then turns you around and holds you by the shoulders. What happened?
It was an expression of sorrow, sir. It was at the height of emotion. You want to captivate a crowd, and what better way to do so than to feel the moment?
Go ahead and give me a deception check.
1 second. 14.
Okay. Let's see. He's going to roll insight. Maybe.
Did you roll like a 3?
I rolled a 4. I don't know what's happening.
Mel's having a bad day.
I know. It's terrible.
Okay, so what'd you get?
14.
Okay, he looks at you for a moment, and while he does squint and give you kind of a probing look, he nods. I understand it is a difficult moment, and even though you were prepared for the news, the emotions run high. However, and he clucks his tongue and leans in really close, pulling out like a little jeweler's loop, and he reaches forward and undoes the clasp at the top of your dress, pulling open your collar, revealing the intricate golden workings of your throat. And he puts the jeweler's loop almost against it and looks very, very closely. Mela, give me a quick perception check.
Okay. 20.
Oh.
Gentleman's 20, not natural.
Gentleman's 20. Okay. You, as this is happening, first of all, how does it make you feel to be scrutinized like this?
She is sort of used to it, but it doesn't make it any, it's uncomfortable. It always is uncomfortable to be probed like this, but
especially he seems to have like no sense of you having your own autonomy. You know, he just undoes the top of your dress without asking and starts poking and prodding at your throat.
Sort of like stretches her neck and tries to look to the side, distracting herself.
Make it as easy as possible. As you're doing that, you see something under the curtain.
Oh.
Shadow that shouldn't be there.
Do I see it move? Do I?
No, it's just it's a thing that sticks out in your mind as just being an odd shadow that you're like, that's weird. Huh.
I'm making an assumption, but I assume that me and Frederick sort of have some sort of like a basic like gesture language in case of like danger or like to sign something to each other. So I'm sort of like tapping against his arm on the side furthest from the curtains, as in like something is wrong.
He brushes you off, seems entirely absorbed in your neck, and he blast, they're torn. Shit. And kind of zooms in a little closer, and he starts pressing on a couple of things on your throat.
No, I can't do this. Can I speak as he does this?
You go to open your mouth, and he holds up a finger. Don't talk. You'll make it worse. This is last. I can fix this. I can fix this. We need to get home. And he takes your arm again and starts to hustle you out.
I'm waiting until we're out, and I am sort of going to grasp him by the arm. Like he grasps mine, and I'm going to grasp his. There was someone in there, sir.
What?
There was someone in the dressing room.
Probably another performer or something. Come on. Also, don't talk.
Yes, sir.
He kind of leads you off. As he's starting to lead you off, he pauses, and he sees Grumm, and he says, "You there?
Yeah.
Come with us."
Okay.
And then he stay here a moment. Don't speak. And he comes down the stairs, and he is looking for you, Eshun.
Okay, well, I'm glad that he looked for me because I completely forgot. For the sake of, let's just say I didn't forget at all.
Yeah,
and I'm
let's say
totally
you were
also
kind
looking
of
for him.
loitering and looking around for him, as if to say, all right. So the man you were speaking with earlier, Frederick, appears. He looks nervous and harried and a little worried. I need your help. Come with me right now, and I'll pay you 2,500 gold a day.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
Easy.
Oh, I don't need this lady. Go away, lady. All right. So he basically is like, you're coming with me. I'll give you money. Let's go. And off he goes. So he's collected. Eshun, you come up and you see Philomela and this huge figure kind of waiting for you to rejoin them.
Yeah, Grumm is like showering Philomela and like praise. I've never heard anyone singing like that before. You're a great singer. Why can't you say anything now?
Philomela sort of nods to his compliments, but she was told not to talk, so she's just smiling and nodding, like politely. Like,
I see.
Yeah, and Frederick and Eshun come up right during this little interaction, and Frederick tisks and kind of like gestures at Grumm, like, shh, you're here as muscle, you don't need to talk. Now, you, what was your name again? He says to you, Eshun.
Eshun.
I will need your help and he starts talking about all this technical jargon. He immediately goes into like, I'm going to need to do some repair work on a particular augment, and I'm going to need this particular amount of biochemistry, and he basically starts like listing stuff off that will need to be gathered or will need to be prepared, and it sort of has the expectation of he's like, all right, write this shit down, but he didn't say that.
Oh no, I'm writing this shit down.
Oh hell yeah. Coffee break. All right. So the four of you start to head off. Now we zoom back down into the crowd where people are starting to dissipate, talking to each other nervously, worriedly, huddling in twos and threes, but seem to be listening to the clergyman and gathering themselves to head home. Razmus sort of rouses himself and then looks at you, Remy, and says, I have to take care of something. Would you wait here for just a moment?
Certainly.
Thank you. He kind of gets up and heads right across the stage to you, Cecil. And Idris. Idris looks surprised as this man approaches, and he kind of looks him up and down. Well, sir, what can we do for you today? We're all supposed to return home, so if you don't mind. Razmus raises a hand, and Idris stops short. And Razmus is not looking at Idris. He's just clocking you, Cecil, with those weird eyes. And he's like, I need you to come with me, sir. He says, talking to you, Cecil. I've received a missive from you-know-who, and that you must return immediately. And as he says this, Idris straightens up. Oh, well, you work with him. Well, do let him know what I've done. And I took very good care of him. And yes, you can see, gave him anything he wanted. Looks plump and healthy, and oh yes. And Razmus kind of looks at him and nods like, yeah, I don't care. And seems very focused on you, Cecil.
I can't imagine a reason why someone would tell lies about something like that. I don't know who, but I mean, this seems important. So I take my benefactor's hand, like I grasp one of his hands in both of mine. I shake it very earnestly. So I don't think I've ever known more kindness in my life than I have with you. I want to thank you very sincerely.
Oh, and Idris looks genuinely touched. He kind of raises his handkerchief and dabs a little more sweat off his face. And, my boy, it has been a pleasure getting to speak and know you a little bit. Your candor and, well, open-eyed and open-armed way about the world was very refreshing. Thank you as well. He earnestly shakes your
Anybody
hand
who
back.
speaks your name to me will have to do so with a respectful tone.
Thank you, sir. It has been my pleasure. And he gives a little bow, and then he heads off, leaving you with this guy, who kind of
Hi.
looks at you and is looking at you kind of strangely, like, huh. Well, yes, my name is Razmus, and I am here to escort you back home.
Sorry, where now?
Yes, just come with me, and it'll all become clear.
All right. I can't see why I wouldn't.
Fantastic.
So far, everything has worked out the whole time. So, like there's no experience to tell him different.
Clearly, this is just going to continue.
Rasmus seems, again, sort of like, wow, you people are very easy to convince, and starts heading back down over towards Remy with Cecil now in tow. So, Rasmus appears back with a young red-headed man dressed finely, if looking a little bit, not vacant, but, curious about everything. Rasmus returns and gives a slight nod, and Remiel, this is, what is your name?
Oh, I don't know. That never really came up. One of the children I was saying with named me something, but I think it's just because it's what's the label that's written on my chest. Do you want to see the label? He starts unbuttoning.
No, please do not. Keep them buttoned.
Yes.
Young man, you don't know your name. Rasmus, what is this?
This is... he's important, and...
yeah, they keep telling me that.
Yeah, he seems almost like... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Give me an insight check, Remy.
Okay.
See how much you get off of him.
A 14?
Rasmus is pretty closed off, but he doesn't seem like he's going to explain himself to you. But he does seem mildly confused as well. Yes.
So, if you
assume everyone has a name, so I
know...
probably have one, but no one's ever told me what it is.
Yes. Presumably you do have one.
Presumably you do. If you do not know this young man's name, he doesn't know his name, how did you know to walk directly over to him? I am going to need you to start telling me some things, Rasmus, because as it is right now, the only thing I've gotten from you so far is a young man that clearly has some sort of disorder, and you attempting to get me to a private place. So either I get information or I start calling the clergy.
All of this sounds really important. I don't mean to interrupt you, though. Are you sure you got the right guy? Because there was another guy over here a few minutes ago that had the same face.
And Rasmus looks at you, Cecil, for a second, and kind of raises an eyebrow and wets his lips and looks at you, Remy, and very well. But will you walk and talk with me? There is a sort of after event at a particular individual's home. Frederick oh God, what is God's? God, what is his last name? Venstina, yes. Frederick Venstina. It's his manor. There is a small gathering for... it's not small. There's supposedly the upper crust of Portitas are to gather to discuss things and light refreshments, etc. If you would care to join me there along the way, I will do my best to inform you of what I can.
Of course. I will go along. We'll come to this party. But I would like to make one thing clear. And I'm going to step a little bit closer to Rasmus. There's still a lot of people around us, right?
Yeah, they're starting to filter away. So, like, the bottom area is kind of empty, and more towards the top, there's more people kind of discussing and chatting. But down where you guys are, it's pretty much empty.
Gotcha. And do I recognize Frederick's name?
Give me a history check. We'll see if you do, because this is sort of out of your purview, but you might have.
It's a gentleman's 20.
Yeah. So you recognize the name Frederick Van Stina as being a highfalutin patron of the arts in Portitas. You actually remember seeing a flyer for this exact event that had the name FV as one of the patrons, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to step a little bit closer to Rasmus. If at any point tonight harm comes to me or this young man, or if you'd attempt to bring us to any other secondary location without our permission, I promise you the Keeper will hear of it.
Give me an insight check as Rasmus looks you. Again, it's weird because your eyes are covered, but he's like looking you in the eye.
Okay. I got an 11 on that insight check.
Yeah. He's inscrutable. But after a moment, he nods. Very well.
Okay.
Young man, what would you like to be called?
Well, some of the kids I used to hang out with, they called me Cecil because that's what it says on the thing.
Very well. Cecil it is. Now, this is Remiel, and he gestures to you, Remy. My name is Razmus. There's a party going on, and I thought you might want to join us. Would you care to come?
He flips out his little notebook and makes specific notes about people.
Yeah, Erasmus kind of looks at this like, okay.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to a party.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, that's most times for me.
Very well. He chuckles a little bit, and he gives you another look, Remy, and then kind of a nod, like I get you, I understand your concerns. He doesn't seem to be like, he seems like he's in a hurry, but he's also trying not to be pushy.
Okay. I'm going to give him a little nod, and then I'm very obviously going to sidle up next to Cecil, and young man, as we head out on this way, make sure that you stick close to me, okay? Do you understand, Cecil?
I mean, I've been told that before, but I also get distracted, but I'll try to remember.
Gotcha, and I will try to make sure I pay attention to you as well.
Sometimes there's really cool magic, and I kind of got to get a look. But...
Well, if you see really cool magic, make sure to let me know as well. You have interest in magic?
I guess that's the word.
Well, it just so happens that I happen to know a little bit of magic. And I am going to take out my spellbook. Cecil's already showing a journal.
Yeah, everybody's showing books.
I'm going to angle myself a little bit so it's a little bit hard for Rasmus to see it, but I'm going to flip through it a little bit just so Cecil can take a look while we're talking.
So is this like a prayer book? Is this like a wizard's... what am I looking at? Spellbook?
A wizard's spellbook, yes.
Would it be all right if I rolled an Arcana check just to kind of see how much of it is to him, where, while he is not a wizard per se, magic is innate to his being?
Yes, go for it.
And I think that's the general rule for interpreting a foreign spellbook anyway. Mediocre, 14.
14? Okay. Yeah, you get a look at this book, and Remy, what does it look like? What is it full of notes? Is it neat? Is it organized? What's the vibe?
definitely not neat or organized. It definitely looks like a journal that has seen quite a bit of life. Maybe it was leather at one point, but it's been filed down a bit and reinforced here and there. And as I flip through it, you can see that there's like pages where there have been spells written and then changed and then changed. And then there's notes around the changes and then scratched out and then changed, then more notes. So it just continues on like that for pages and pages. Lots of research.
I think a couple of the spells are maybe actually overlap in our spell list.
Oh, I
And I
bet.
think that Cecil would just, you should try an upward diagonal gesture here on this.
Young, I've
And he
never
just kind of
thought of that
has a couple of
before.
notes there that just for because to him the magic is innate.
Can you mind if I borrow your pen for a moment? And I'm going to start making notes.
Yeah. So as this little exchange happens, Rasmus, who had stepped away, not like left you guys, but took a step back in sort of a I'm giving you a moment kind of thing. Then he kind of comes back and is, well, I don't mean to be pushy. The party is set to start immediately after the performance, so while fashionably late is more my purview than arriving on time, there is a limit.
All right. We can talk while we walk, Cecil.
Okay. I can't imagine any reason why that would be a problem.
Excellent. And so Rasmus starts to lead you guys out of the amphitheater. We're going to spin back
Follow the
over
old
to
priest man.
Frederick, Eshun, and Philomela and Grumm. Frederick is moving at quite a hefty pace. He moves quickly through the streets of Portitas, and he doesn't. He keeps a very close eye on you, Philomela, walking just a little bit in front of you and looking over his shoulder at you as he does, almost to make sure that you're not talking. But Grumm and Eshun, you two are kind of bringing up the back. Having any conversation? What's going on?
Graham will probably say, like he'll look at Eshun and then at Philomela, and he'll be explaining to her like, "Well, she can sing, but she can't speak. Don't know why."
I suppose. Do you know sign language?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, Eshun does, so maybe he'll try to just like get Philomela's attention and sign at her to see like. I mean, I think he would know of the songbird. You know, you're famous.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
You definitely know about Philomela. She's very popular, hugely influential in the church, not in the church in the sense of like religiously, but like she's like a pop star, but for a church, basically. And since the church is unilaterally accepted within the city, she's very popular and well known. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say, although I guess he knows of her, because she's a pop star, maybe doesn't really know all the details about her.
Mhm.
And he's now wondering to himself, is it possible that a person could have a condition where they could sing but not speak? So he's like,
Give me a medicine check real quick and we'll see what you come up with.
That's what Grumm's thinking. So.
18.
Yeah, so at 18, you kind of are like, well, I feel like that would be a little difficult considering the vocal cords are required for speech as well as singing. But perhaps there's something to do with the vibration levels. And, you're kind of thinking about this as you guys walk along. Philomela, where's your head at? What are you, Eshun has just signed at you? What did you sign?
You're muted, by the way.
Probably just signed, like, hello, question mark.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. Does Philomela speak sign language?
She does.
I kind of thought so.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So she sees Eshun signing to her. She's going to sign back, hello. And she's going to say very fluently in sign language, I'm sorry, I can't speak. I was told I need to keep my voice for now.
Okay. So Eshun is gonna then relay this to Grumm.
Oh, you speaking with your hands. I've seen that before. Yeah. Don't know it, but I've seen it before.
She's gonna sort of like get Ashun's attention again. She's gonna say, please tell him thank you for all the compliments.
She says thank you for the compliments.
And she's gonna sort of she's looking at Grumm. She sort of does, thank you.
Grumm will return it. He doesn't know what it means, but he'll return
it.
Hell yeah, love you, Grumm. Yeah. So you're kind of having this little discussion. Frederick is leading the way. Is there anything else you guys talk about as you start to head into the Portitas streets?
She turns to Eshun, and well, since only Eshun can understand, she asks, "What is your name?"
Oh wait. So she
turns to
so
you.
She can speak. So I can just speak like.
Yeah.
I don't have to sign back. Eshun. And this is sort of looks like Grumm, like.
Looks like Grumm, or that's his name?
I guess. What is your name? What's your name?
Oh, mine?
Yeah, your name. Big guy.
My name is Grumm. It's good to meet you.
Philomela sort of nods and looks back to Eshun. It's nice to meet you both.
Yep. What's your name? And then he's like, oh.
She gives a little chuckle and she signs, my name is Philomela, but you can call me Mel.
Oh, okay. He's definitely not making this awkward.
King. Absolute king.
It's all right. Thank you for escorting us. She sort of gestures to both of you.
Excuse me. Yeah, all right. So you guys leave the amphitheater grounds and start to head into the Portitas streets. Same with this group. Oh, you guys got stuck. All right. Meow. Boop. And we are going to swap maps here. So give me just a second. Dun, 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 dun.
Freeze.
All right.
Don't move.
All right, let me summon you all here. Okay, I gotta put all your minis back. See Soul. Oh, nope. Eshun, Grumm, Philomela, and Remy, and then I need old Freddy.
Guys, we left the goose behind. No.
The goose!
The goose! It's the real main character. When we make it to the throne in 5 years, the goose is going to be on it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get everybody assigned. Womp womp. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 Okay, that should be everybody. So Razmus will say you're on this side.
Oh, this must have been fun to build.
Right?
Well, actually,
it's beautiful.
My husband built most of it, and then he used some slabs to build.
Out.
Yeah, and it's really fucking cool. This is Frederick. I'm gonna rename
Tell him it looks awesome.
Yes.
I will. Okay. Remy is over here with Cecil and Eshun, Philomela, and Grumm. Okay, so Frederick leads you guys down a couple streets towards the edge of this tier. And as you walk, the streets begin to widen a little bit and to become more like roads as opposed to walkways. And Frederick leads you to a little area near the rim where there are several manor homes with green space. Frederick comes up and leads the three of you to the stairs leading to his home and stops and looks at all of you. Mela.
Yes, sir.
Eshun, I will require your assistance in the lab. Now, Mela, have you ever been in the lab conscious, let's say?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, so he says, all right, you two are coming to the lab, and he turns to Grumm and says, you there. I'm expecting guests to arrive. Now, it would do me you would do me a huge favor if you were to allow them entry.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And take their weapons.
Take their weapon. Where you want me to put them?
Find a place. He kind of scoffs at you. Yeah, moving these all as a group is a pain in the butt. But then he opens the doors and leads you all inside. Oh, fuck me. The roof. The roof. Hold on. That's the only problem with like actually building buildings in this is like the roofs get real funky.
Yep.
But let's get Grumm out of the plant. Eshun, where did you go?
Eshun disappeared, got swallowed whole.
Oh, he got.
He's in the plant. Wait, no, it's Frederick.
Where the heck did Eshun go? Are you like in between floors somehow? Did I do that? Shit.
No, he's
Can you
I actually have
right
no
here.
idea.
He's here. He's next to Mel.
Yeah, okay, I see, yeah.
Oh,
Next to the plant.
Oh, there he is. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Frederick leads you into this incredible manor house. It is spotless. There is a beautiful plant in the front. Oh, I'm trying to get the height just right. Statues, lighting, beautiful rugs. I mean, this is paintings everywhere. And as you guys enter, let me find... we'll use this guy. As you guys enter, an automata. What did I do? Why is everybody orange? There we go. An automata dressed in green livery comes up. It's got a basically smooth head with one mechanical eye in the center. The muscles in its throat and chest pulse a little bit as you can almost taste the magic coming off of it in waves. And it comes over. Ah, Master, you have returned. Are you ready for the event? And Frederick kind of looks at it and I am required in the lab for a moment. Do make the guests comfortable. And the automaton nods. And yeah, Frederick sort of turns to you two, Eshun and Philomela, and says, there are some things I must prepare before I am ready for the both of you. So take your time. Or don't take your time, I should say. I shall return to fetch you post-haste. And he scurries off.
Grumm does not like the automata.
The automata does not seem particularly interested in you, Grumm. It seems, it's sort of like cleaning and putting things in order. Yeah. It's tall. It's not 8 feet tall, but it's like 6.5 feet. Mm-hmm. It's got 4 arms, 2 in the center of its chest, 2 in its shoulder sockets. And the arms have spindly, delicate fingers, only 3 of them, that seem to be made to get into they're very delicate at moving things.
Mhm.
And it kind of like blows away some dust and then turns to Eshun, Philomela, and Grumm and says, "Welcome to my master's home. Lady Mela, would you care for a beverage?"
She told she was allowed to speak again.
No, Frederick did not say you were allowed to talk.
She's just
But
gonna nod.
yeah, I was going to say, you do know that the automata does understand sign language.
She nods. She says yes in sign
Okay.
language.
Guest, and turns to Eshun, would you care for a beverage?
I'm good, thank you.
Guest, turns to Grumm, would you care for a beverage?
Okay, sure.
Excellent.
And Grumm turns away from it.
His love of food outweighing the hatred of automata.
That is so funny. The roof. Yeah. So the automata kind of heads off to do its own thing, leaving Grumm, Mela, and Eshun in the foyer.
I think Mel is gonna take a moment to sort of like step away from the two of them and look at the paintings she's seen probably tens of times and the sculptures, but her attention is more focused on her neck. And she wants to. Does anything feel out of the ordinary? Can she sense anything?
Give me a. We'll call this a medicine check, but do it with advantage because you're familiar with your own body.
Natural 20.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
nicely done.
Hell yeah.
As you take stock of yourself, as you check in mentally with what's going on in your throat, you recognize that there has been damage to the vocal cords. As you swallow, it feels sort of hot and tight. The mechanics seem a little bit off kilter. There's definitely something wrong.
Does anything feel wrong with what's inside?
Yes, something feels unsettled.
Okay. She's staring a little too long at a painting as she tries to focus more on trying to figure out what's wrong. What happened?
Yeah, so you, Grumm and Eshun, you see Philomela really absorbed in this painting.
Oh, is your dog with you, Eshun?
Sorry?
Is your robotic dog with you?
Oh, yes.
La, right? That's his name?
Mhm.
Grumm's just kind of like going on about it. He's like, oh, this dog, I guess, is just all heavy armor. He's like sort of petting it.
I guess so.
La seems. How would you describe La's personality, Arden?
It's a great question. I almost want to say like typical dog, but that's not. Dogs have personalities.
Would you say they're more golden retriever or German shepherd?
I would say probably more German shepherd, like friendly, but not super, super, super friendly. Perhaps a little bit more aloof around strangers, but well trained enough that if Grumm wanted to pet it, then they could.
Yeah. So Grumm, you're petting La, and it's cold, but not freezing. Like it's chilled metal, but you can feel some warmth beneath it. And the dog sits very politely with its head up and ears up, unless you pet him or her or it, them.
And Grumm will just say, oh, does it itch like a regular dog? Suppose not.
Well, no. I guess that, hypothetically speaking, I could have programmed in something like that, just so it, not that it feels the itch, but just so it does the motion. I mean, I didn't, because that would probably be a waste of time.
What
I mean,
like
not that your suggestion was a waste of time or anything. I just...
most of what you said went over his head. And you started getting technical. But he'll say, "Oh, I like this dog."
I like this dog too. Were we supposed to just stay here, or...
Well, I always
Frederick-
said I had to wait for people to come in, take their
Yeah.
weapons.
Yeah, and Frederick had said he would return for the both of you. For Eshun and for Philomela.
Okay, I think that Eshun might look around a little bit. Nothing too sticky-fingered, just a little bit of looking
Yeah, there
around.
isn't really anything to be sticky-fingered in this area either. Anything easily sticky-fingered, I should say. There are paintings on the wall, and there are these big statues, this fancy plant, but like stealing anything in here would be pretty obvious and difficult to pull off.
Okay. Guess... Are the paintings of any significance, or...
They are mostly landscapes, and they seem to be sort of ambiguous as to where they are. They're all a little bit foggy, but they're beautifully painted. Lovely colors, rich, complex strokes and brush strokes with texture to them. The lighting is really spectacular. Through the fog that the light that kind of peeks through the pinks and oranges. There's like a sunrise and a midday and then like a sunset kind of triptych across this wall here.
I'm going to be nosy for a second and go up behind Philomela. If I can put myself not on the ceiling.
Hang on, I got
Oh,
you,
no.
I got you. Oh fuck! Come here. Come here. All right, you drop you down.
He climbs up the
and-
ball, trying to get from above.
Oh. There we go. We put you right there. All right, now you're behind Mela.
Oh, shoot. I can't see myself. I'm in the ceiling.
Double click on your icon, and that should take it right to you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna take a look at the painting that she seems to be staring at really, 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 really hard.
Yeah, this painting is of a woman. She is beautiful, but not beautiful like Philomela is. She has more of a natural, relaxed sort of beauty. There's a faint smile on her round face. Her hair is blonde and is tied up in the fashion of, not of the day, but of about probably 2 decades ago. She's dressed nicely in green, in a fabulous gown. And her eyes seem to twinkle with a sort of mischief almost.
Nice painting. Do you know her?
She gasps, like you like trip her out of her focus, and she turns slowly to Eshun, giving like a polite smile. What did you ask again?
The woman in the painting. Do you know her? Or...
Philomela turns to a painting. She surveys it for a quick moment. And she signs. I do not quite remember at the moment. You'll have to excuse me. It's been a while since I've been given the tour of the manor, as they
Yes,
say.
this is not where you live primarily. This is another home of Frederick's that he uses for events. So you've been here, but you do not live here.
Yeah. I assume it is one of his many acquisitions. He's a patron of the arts, after all. Are you interested in buying?
Oh, shoot, hold on, sorry. My Wi-Fi's acting up.
Oh,
No.
Okay, sorry, could you repeat yourself?
She basically says that this is one of his many acquisitions, and if Ashan would like to buy this painting.
So, I mean, I'm flattered that you think I could even have that much money.
While you look a man of stature, she sort of signs and looks him up and down.
Oh, you're a flatterer.
I am only speaking the truth. And she gives a smile.
But no, I could never. I don't even. I mean, he just sort of trails off.
I want to insight
doesn't
check
know how to
that.
continue.
I want to know what he's thinking.
Yeah, go
At
ahead and
this-
roll insight. And Arden, if you're trying to hide anything, feel free to roll deception.
I don't think I have anything to hide.
9.
Yeah, I don't. What does Philomela get with a 9? As she looks at Eshun.
I guess what exactly are you trying to know?
She's sort of trying to see what this tidbit of like conversation about him looking like a man of stature and a respected man, what did it like trigger in him?
I guess he's a little pleased, but he doesn't want to show it too much. You know.
Okay.
He
Can
does.
I
He does
gather
try.
that he liked the compliment?
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's, is Eshun an expressive sort of guy, or does he keep everything close to the chest?
He's a little bit more close to the chest, I would say.
Okay, so I don't know if you do with a 9 if you're able to really register that he seems, kind of just stand straight and tall and, maybe gives a little bit of a smile, but I don't know if you get as much of that impact off of this insight check as you might have liked.
Okay. She still smiling. She's gonna sign. How did you and Frederick meet?
He wants me to create something for him or work on something. I'm not exactly sure of what the exact plan is.
Do I know what the exact plan is?
You had heard Frederick discussing, or not discussing, but he had mentioned to you that he's looking for kind of an assistant, but not at the same time. Basically, an employee.
Okay. Is it? Do I know if it's something like a unique employee or just one of a lot that he's hiring?
This is a little bit more specialized. He's looking for someone to help with his particular automata experience, or as augment experiments.
Okay. And she's gonna sort of tilt her head at Ashan. You must have a lot of experience and expertise to have caught the attention of Frederick.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Why are you interested in working with Frederick?
Well, I think it could just be an interesting experience that would hopefully be a profitable venture for the both of us.
I want the insight. I want to see if he's lying.
Go ahead and roll insight again.
Oh, please.
I will roll deception because definitely. Yo, nat 20.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Poker face.
Poker face.
He's done so
All
many
right.
interviews. It's just straight bullshit.
Okay. She's gonna give a little nod and look around. And like not sign anything for a moment and then say, do you know this fella? And she points to Grumm.
And this one, Eshun will sign back very hastily, like, no, and for a moment I thought he was an automaton, I'm not gonna lie.
Sort of like cocks her head like a little curiously. Huh. Is Frederick known to sort of pick up the lot from various places?
It's not unusual for him to like grab folks for, especially for like security.
Okay.
Is something that he takes seriously, but doesn't have like a. He has a staff of automata, but for parties and events, he will generally hire outside to fill out the security. So it's not super odd for him to have snagged Grumm and brought him here, especially since there's going to be like a little event. And Philomela, you did know about this. It was just very like the event was very foremost in your mind, but you knew that you were going to be, you know, rubbing elbows with folks at the manor after.
Yeah. All right. Well, he certainly seems suitable for his job.
As that moment happens, the automata returns. It is bearing a tray with 3 cups. They're delicate china cups. They are slightly steaming, and you smell like a rich black tea. There's sugar and milk in little carafes on the tray, and the automata brings it up. There's also a little thing of honey, and it offers the tray to Philomela and Eshun. Your drinks.
Philomela is going to pick up a drink and give like a small nod and start drinking.
Offers one to you as well, Eshun.
I didn't ask for a drink, but I'll take it because I'm polite like that. I'm so chill and polite.
All right, and then he's going to return over to Grumm and offer him the same. It's a very tiny china cup. And honestly, Grumm, it looks like it's about the size of your thumbnail to you.
He will take the whole tray because he doesn't know what he's being offered. Like, he just grabs it awkwardly. Like,
Yes.
Thank you.
You take cup, and it reaches out and picks the cup up and like holds it out towards your mouth.
He just awkwardly grabs it and backs away.
And the automata kind of like takes the tray back, and then kind of toddles off. All right, we're going to check in with Razmus, Remy, and Cecil. You guys were walking along the streets. You got to see a lot more of Portitas as you went. This area, like I said, is near the rim. There are quite a few manor homes with lawns like this here. And Razmus is not walking super fast, but he's not like strolling either. Yeah, and he seems pretty focused on what is ahead of them.
Cecil, you said that you weren't sure of your name. When you were viewing the event, were you with your family? Oh, wait, you're muted, Torg.
Sorry about that. Oh, no. That's the guy who found me.
Who found
I wrote
you?
his name down so I wouldn't forget it.
Well, it's very important. It's a good thing to do. What do you mean found you?
I don't know. One day I woke up and there I was, and then he found me.
So if you had to go home, where would home be for you? Would you know how to get there from here?
I guess I can go back to the alley. That's where they found me.
No, the alley's... You don't need to go back there. It's fine. You say that you just woke up somewhere. How long have you been with the man that you were with?
9 days.
9 days. And before then, who were you with?
I was in the alley.
And before the alley?
Yeah.
Okay. and you, they treated you well. You were safe.
Yeah, they were really nice.
Well, I'm glad to hear
I
it.
don't think he likes his kids very much, but they were fun too.
Yeah, Idris has 13 children.
Wow.
I don't think I'd like my kids very much either.
They're
To
a
be
nice
fair, he
bunch.
didn't call them
but
by names either, so I guess that's just how it does. You don't call people by their names; you just yell at them.
Yes, they're a nice bunch, but there's a lot of them, and they're very energetic.
Well, all right, Cecil. Once we're done here, you and I will have a little bit of a conversation, and we'll see if we can't figure out where your home is. Okay?
Apparently, wherever it is, it's somewhere very important because everybody keeps saying when I go back that I have to, make sure I mention that they were nice. And for the most part, they were.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Your home must be someplace important. And speaking of important, I think someone here might know a little bit more information about you. Razmus, you said that there would be information on this walk.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your discussion. And he kind of pauses and stops and turns around. You guys are approaching this particular manor house. The doors are open, and there is a automata kind of. That automata, come here, is sort of standing on the outside with wearing green and seeming to ready to welcome people. But Rasmus pauses before he goes inside, and he looks at between the two of you and goes, I will do my best to answer as many questions as you can, but we do have an appearance to make. What in particular are you wanting to know?
Well, the biggest thing is what exactly you need both I and Cecil for.
I need you, Remiel, for what only you can do.
And what is it exactly that you were wanting to see?
He kind of
Briefly.
pauses for a second, and he looks not at you, kind of over your shoulder, and he's quiet for a moment, and you see again that weird movement in his irises. I need to see the future. And I need to know the best path forward.
I mean, this one I think is paved, so it seems pretty good.
Yes, this is a good road. Pavement beneath your feet is always a good thing.
You've got a good eye, Cecil.
Yes.
So, this is not out of the ordinary, but you've already stated before that this young man is important. I get the feeling that I'm not just here for what I am usually asked for. So please expand upon this.
Rasmus purses his lips as he thinks about how to reply. There is something I need to do. It's a complicated task with many steps. I need to understand the likely outcomes of each step before taking them.
Do they go up or down?
Hopefully up.
Rasmus, I do want you to understand that there are several different kinds of rituals that go into seeing the future. What I am most worried about, we'll say, is that you are going to use this man for something that may involve, let's say, divining from his guts or using his blood in a blood ritual.
No. There's no blood rituals, no guts, no nothing. No, Cecil is simply, I was tasked with picking him up and returning him home.
And his home is here.
Not here, no, but he pauses for a second.
Can I insight that? Is he lying to me?
Yes. give me an insight. Let me roll. Let me get to his sheet.
I would suggest I help, but I am neither trained nor do I have a positive bonus. So I think if anything, I would obstruct.
I appreciate the thought, anyways.
Cecil is still thinking about the steps.
I got a 23 on my insight.
Shit.
Got one of
Okay.
those Bubba Gump moments, like
Yeah. All
right.
right. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. Yeah, so Rasmus is definitely lying, and he seems uncomfortable with the fact that he's lying. Like he doesn't seem pleased to be in this position. But he's definitely lying.
Is he lying about the guts part or about what came after the guts part?
After the guts part. You get the sense that he's like he's not being forthcoming with everything, but it's sort of like he doesn't necessarily have ill intent towards Cecil.
Okay. Rasmus, again. I'd love to help, and I will, to the best of my ability. But if, at any point, if any of this makes me uncomfortable, if I begin to fear for the health and wellness of this young man right here, I will be finding a way out.
I mean no harm to you or to Cecil. I simply need your help. And there's a very honest tone and almost a vulnerability in his words in that moment. That might be kind of surprising because he's been kind of shady and closed off, but he seems to be very forthright when he says he needs help.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. I can explain more fully, but not now. I promise you. I will not leave you in the dark forever.
Understood. And again, Cecil, please, while we're inside, stay close with me. Don't let anybody else take you anywhere without speaking with me first.
Yeah. What? These are my new friends. I have been freshly kidnapped, but I'm cool with that.
He's fine with it.
My other friends
kidnappers are chill.
They recognize these guys, so we're good.
Yeah. So Rasmus kind of nods at you, Remy, and shoots you a kind of a smile, Cecil, and then well, we perhaps ought to head off to this event. And starts leading you guys up the street and takes a turn into this particular manor house where a finely dressed automata in green livery is standing waiting. And it turns towards the three of you as you approach, and it gives a bow. Welcome to Master Venstina's home. Please enter and enjoy the amenities.
Well, thank you very kindly.
Rasmus nods. And yeah, the three of you head on inside.